to you the cues from global markets, especially the US market. All three major averages ended the week in the green mark. Sentiment actually improved after investors got more certainty around President Donald Trump's tariff plans. Now, if you look at on the Friday moves, Dow, that one shed nearly 165 points, 0.37%. That's what exactly the indices fell. S&P 500, that one ticked down marginally and closed at 6,114 mark, whereas Nasdaq, that one added 0.4% and closed at above 20,000 mark. Of course, on the economic front, traders actually shrugged off the data which came in last week. If you look at inflation data which came in, CPI especially, that came in, of course, higher than estimates. But there was a softer reading if you look at PCE data. And of course, traders also shrugged off the retail sales data that was released on Friday that reflected a 0.9% slump for the month of January. But then we have Shriyansi also with us to talk about oil. Oil did saw some change over the weekend, Shriyansi.
Well, absolutely. And the change is more so in terms of factors, because when you take a look at prices, it's not much of a change coming in as far as oil prices are concerned. So you do have Brent that is closing down just about 0.4% on Friday, and US WTI as well that settled just about 55 cents lower, or 0.7%, 0.8% thereabout. But when you take a look at the factors, that's where you see the important move happening, because oil prices fell slightly on the prospects for a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine that could ease global supply disruptions by ending sanctions against Moscow. Losses, of course, were limited by a delay in US immediate reciprocal tariffs. So that has been something that we've been talking about for a while, and also a factor that's been developing for quite some time now. Both contracts, in fact, were on track for weekly gains of about 1%. On the back of that, at this point now, when you take a look at what else is happening in terms of factors, you do have the sanctions that could be lifted on Moscow in the event of a peace deal, and that is something that, like I've mentioned, should be boosting global energy supply. So definitely something that we're looking at by the way of factors. Other than that, of course, you do have Trump who had driven Iran's oil exports to near zero during his first term after reimposing sanctions. And there's been some sort of commentary coming in that there could be a return of those sanctions. So on the back of that, you do have that also limiting losses. Weekly gains is what you were looking at, but slight downtick, at least on a daily basis, Priyanka.
All right, let's